So here's the thing about a growth mindset versus a fixed mindset. I'll be honest. I didn't really realize how much I had a fixed mindset until everything transpired with the tumor, and you know, it's not that I didn't believe that you can't grow or get better at something, but I was very much on the lines of, hey, this is just how I am. And I know a lot of people like that. And I'm so much more aware of just how detrimental that mindset is. And it's not even real. A growth, everybody should have a growth mindset. A fixed mindset is so, it just keeps you paralyzed. It's this idea that you can't get better. You lack talent in this area, so therefore you can't do better. It keeps you stuck. Actually, it prevents you from trying new things because you've, subscribed to what somebody has told you, and so you don't even try. And I recognize that, years ago I did often speak like that. Hey, this is just how I am. Take it or leave it. And I'm not even that same person that I was. So I was dead wrong. And sometimes it takes you falling flat on your face to really realize that you do need to change. You want to change. It's not even that you need to, you genuinely want to change. And when you have a fixed mindset, you don't even believe you can change, so it was definitely, there are a lot of people that operate with a fixed mindset and they may not think they do, theoretically, they believe that people can grow, and yet they tell themselves, this is just how I am. I don't know what you want to do. This is just how I am. I take it or leave it. But it's like, the question is, do you want to be that? Do you want to be that? Because if you tell me you don't, then the next step is, all right, let's take the steps so you can change. But you have to believe that you can change. Right? You can't subscribe to this belief that this is just who you are. Now, if you're choosing to be that person, I'm not here to tell you to be somebody else. The question is, are you getting the things that you want by being that person? And if the answer is yes, who am I to tell you to be somebody else? But, if the answer is no, then I would definitely encourage you to be somebody else because you want more. And if you want more and being who you are is not getting you more, then you have to be something different. You have to grow. You have to transform. And in order to do that, you need to have a growth mindset. You need to believe that it's possible. If this is something you want to do, if you want to walk through a specific door, it's going to require more from you. You have to believe that you can meet that standard. And I believe you can because, I've become what I didn't know I could be. And I know a bunch of other people who've become what they didn't know they could be. And there's so many great people, they get on these big stages and they tell you who they used to be. And you look at them and you don't believe it because they've transformed. And that's the point. That's the point. You have to believe that you can grow. You have to believe it. Don't tell yourself, hey, this is just how I am. And everyone else around you is affected. And then at the same time, you're saying, I don't want them to be affected. In fact, I want to be better. Well, if you want to be better, then you have to believe that you can be better. You can't. You have to believe it. I don't even know how somebody can change if you don't even believe it's possible, because now you're just talking. It's like saying, I want to be a better husband. All right, well, be a better husband. What does that look like? Let's ask some questions and let's answer these questions to find out what that looks like. But if you don't make that effort, if you don't believe you can change, then you won't change. It's not even complicated, but I think that for me, I didn't realize that I had a fixed mindset. Not with everything, but there were some things where it's like, no, this is just how I am. But it's not true. And if I really go back, it was never true. Even from 10 years old to 15, I changed a lot. And I'm not talking about just growing up. I'm saying that, there were times when I intentionally made a change and it happened. So, yeah, no, I don't even, a fixed mindset serves nobody. A a fixed mindset will never serve you, because God is, listen, with God, everything is possible. And if you're at one place and you want to be to another place, you have to believe that it's possible. And if it requires you changing, you have to believe that you can change. No, not just your uncle, your cousin, your brother, your sister. Well, they changed, but I'm different. You're not different. You have the capability of changing too. You have the capability of growing and being better and being who you want to be. And maybe you've never been that person, which is why it feels impossible. But then read a book of someone who used to be just like you and they're no longer like you. There are so many stories out there of people changing and making great strides. So growth mindset versus fixed mindset. You have to believe that you can grow. If you don't believe you can grow, I don't even know what to tell you. What are goals for if you don't even you know what I mean? You have to believe, that you have the ability to make a transformation. That's my thoughts.